This video is done on 9/15/2024 at 12:58 a.m. and it's actually about the Asherim tree, which they say is a pole or sacred tree. It's just basically all the things in the Bible, well, at least if you can find it, that was done to the goddess, who happens to be the great mother, who happens to be Sophia, who happens to be Barbelo, Pistis, all the great mother's aspects. Eve, Diana, Inanna. And so this is basically telling you exactly what the God in the Bible did. The jealous God, and all the things that he ordered. He ordered Judah to do, and the Israelites, and they was just going around just disrespecting mama and chopping down her trees and her statues and things, and just a few things to let y'all know what they did to the goddess. And here we go. When Judah saw her, he thought she was a temple, a prostitute, for she had covered her face as such women did. That's Genesis 38 and 15, and you get Exodus 34 and 13. But this is what the jealous God in the Bible wanted. He ordered Judah to do this stuff. So Exodus 34 and 13. But you shall tear down and destroy their pagan altars, smash in pieces their sacred pillars, obelisks, images, and cut down their Asherim, and that's the tree. And then Deuteronomy 7 and 5. But this is how you shall deal with them. You shall tear down their altars and smash to pieces their sacred pillars and cut down their Asherim, symbols of the goddess Ashera, and burn their carved or sculpted images in the fire. Then you got Deuteronomy 16 and 21. You shall not plant for yourself an Asherah of any kind of tree or wood beside the altar of the Lord your God, which you shall make. He wants somebody to make a tree for his ass. But anyway, Judges 6 and 25. Now on that same night, the Lord said to Gideon, take your father's bull, the second bull 7 years old, and tear down the altar of Baal that belongs to your father, and cut down the Asherah that is beside it. So he cut down the tree, and Baal is still a great mother. 1 Kings 11 and 5. For Solomon went after Ashereth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Amorites. And then we got 1 Kings 11 and 33. Because that they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashereth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Shemesh, the god of the Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. 1 Kings 14 and 15. The Lord will strike Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and he will uproot Israel from this good land which he gave to their fathers, and he will scatter them beyond the Euphrates river, because they have made their Asherim, provoking the Lord to anger. See, he just did not want didn't want Judah or Israel, all the people that wanted to follow the great mother, just the Lord God just didn't want them to do that. So you got oh, 1 Kings 14:23. For they also built for themselves high places to worship idols and sacred pillars and Asherim for the goddess Asherah. These were on every high hill and under every luxuriant tree. And then 1 Kings 15:13, he also deposed him, great grandmother Ma'aka, from being queen mother, because she had made a horrid, obscene, vulgar image for the goddess Ashera. Asa cut down her horrid image and burned it by the brook Kidron. And then you got 1 Kings 16:33. Ahab also made the Asherah. Ahab did more to provoke the Lord God of Israel than all the kings of Israel who were before him. Then you got 1 Kings 18:19. Now then, send word and gather to me all Israel at Mount Carmel, together with the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of the goddess Asherah, who eat at Queen Jezebel's table. And then we got 2 Kings 13:6. Yet they did not turn from the idolatrous sins of the royal house of Jeroboam, who made Israel sin, but walked in them. And the Asherah set up by Ahab also remained standing in Samaria, Israel's capital. See, they didn't want to they just didn't want to follow this Lord God in the Bible. 2 Kings 13:6. Yet they did not turn. Okay, I'm sorry. 2 Kings 17:10. They set up for themselves sacred pillars, memorial stones, and Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. Still trying to, give homage to the great mother, but the Lord God, the jealous God in the Bible, he just didn't want no parts. He just wanted them to worship and serve his ass. 2 Kings 21:7. He made a carved image of the goddess Asherah and set it up in the house, the temple of which the Lord said to David and to his son Solomon, in this house and in Jerusalem, in the tribe of Judah, which I have chosen from all the tribes of Israel, I will put my name forever. Oh, that dude was a trip. 2 Kings 23:4. Then the king commanded Hilkiah, the high priest, and the priests of the second rank, and the doorkeepers to bring out of the temple of the Lord all the articles made for Baal, for the goddess Asherah, and for all the starry host of heaven. And he burned them outside Jerusalem in the fields of the Kidron, and carried their ashes to Bethel, where Israel's idolatry began. 2 Kings 23:13. The king ruined the high places east of Jerusalem, south of the Mount of Destruction, that King Solomon of Israel had built for the detestable Sidonian goddess Astarte, the detestable Moabite god Shemush, and the horrible Ammonite god Milcom. And then we got Second Chronicles 14:3. He removed the foreign altars and high places and tore down the pagan pillars, obelisks, memorial stones, and cut to pieces the Asherim, the symbol of the goddess Ashera. And then Second Chronicles 15:16. He also removed Maacah, King Asa's mother, from the position of queen mother because she had made a repulsive image for the goddess Asherah. Asa cut down her idol, crushed it, and burned it at the brook. Isaiah 17:8. And he will not have regard for the idolatrous altars, the work of his hands, nor will he look to that which his fingers have made, neither the Asherim symbol of the goddess Asherah, nor the incense altars. Jeremiah 7:18. Children are gathering firewood, fathers are building fires with it, and women are mixing dough to bake cakes to offer to the goddess they call the Queen of Heaven. They are also pouring out drink offerings to other gods. They seem to do all this just to trouble me. Ugh, that's what he said. Jeremiah 17:2. It says, their children are always thinking about their altars and their sacred poles dedicated to the goddess Asherah, set up beside the green trees of the high hills. Then Jeremiah 44:17. Instead, we will do everything we vowed we would do. We will sacrifice and pour out drink offerings to the goddess, called the Queen of Heaven, just as we and our ancestors, our kings, and our leaders previously did in the towns of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then we had plenty of food, were well off, and had no troubles. See, when they was rocking with the goddess, they ain't had to worry about nothing. As soon as they got with that Lord God, they start starving and falling all to pieces. I will not punish your daughters when they play the prostitutes, or your brides when they commit adultery. For the men themselves slip away with prostitutes, and they offer sacrifices with temple prostitutes who give their bodies in honor of the idol. So the people without understanding stumble and fall and come to ruin. Amos 8:14. These are the ones who now take oaths in the name of the sinful idol goddess of Samaria. They vow, as surely as your God lives, O Dan, or as surely as your beloved one lives, O Beersheba, but they will fall down and not get up again. Then we got Micah 5:14. I will root out your Asherim, symbols of the goddess Asherah, from among you and destroy your cities, which are the centers of pagan worship. Nahum 2:7. Her goddess is taken out and taken in exile. Her maidservants moan like doves they beat on their breasts. Acts 19 and 24. Now a man named Demetrius, a silversmith, who made silver shrines of the goddess Artemis, Diana, was bringing no small profit to the craftsmen. Then we got Acts 19 and 27. So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth. Acts 19 and 30 and 35. And when the town clerk had appeased the people, he said, Ye men of Ephesus, what man is there that knoweth not how that the city of the Ephesians is a worshipper of the great goddess Diana, and of the image which fell down from Jupiter? Then you got Acts 19 and 37. For ye have brought hither these men, which are neither robbers of the churches, nor yet blasphemers of your goddess. Then you got Acts 28 and 4. When the natives saw the creature hanging from his hand, they began saying to one another, Undoubtedly, this man is a murderer, and though he has been saved from the sea, justice, the avenging goddess, has not permitted him to live. Then we got in it's a reverse interlinear. Strong's H430, the root form for goddess, Elohim, and it says definition, God, judge, goddess, great, mighty, angels, exceedingly, Godward, and godly. Then you got Thea, goddess, and just read this right quick, and it says, let me see, it says, Asherim tree, pole, sacred tree. Ashera in the Canaanite pantheon. Ashera, along with Astarte and Aneth, was one of the three great goddesses of the Canaanite pantheon. In Canaanite religion, her primary role was that of mother goddess. From late Bronze Age, 1550 to 1200 BCE, she is called the creatress of the gods. BCE, before the Common Era or before Christian era. And that was just a little bit of something about how they did the Great Mother and toppled over her statues and burned down her tree and did all kinds of stuff to disrespect her, the Lord God in the Bible, the jealous God, thou shalt have no other gods before me, and all of that kind of stuff. And that was just a little bit. And that was it.